Woo, woo, woo. It's the hustle, it's the hustle. Asha D, we gotta stop at the right place. Yeah, yeah.
En direct des studios Artical avec Monsieur Asha D ici présent, moi-même Général D. On va vous proposer une petite interview d'un nouveau projet qui a été mis en place tout récemment avec un Californien. Donc on se connecte directement avec la Californie. Accueillir Bobby Hustle. Hi, how are you?
Hi, ça va? I'm good. How are you? Comment ça va?
Cool. La rencontre avec Bobby, parce que lui, en Californie, toi ici en France, comment ça s'est fait? Comment vous êtes mis en link tous les deux?
On s'est mis en link, en fait, il y a Bobby, il a posé sur un titre de Gary Dredd. Ouais, Gary Dredd, Lifted. Et Gary Dredd, il m'avait acheté un Riddim justement, et il avait fait poser Bobby dessus. Et du coup, j'ai kiffé le titre Lifted, il était vraiment nice. Et du coup, je sais plus comment, mais on s'est linké par rapport à ça, quoi. Je sais plus si c'est lui qui m'a linké, si c'est moi qui l'ai linké, mais on s'est linké et c'est venu de là, en fait.
Donc le projet que vous avez mis ensemble, c'est un projet 6 titres qui s'appelle The Right Place.
Ouais.
Comment s'est passée la conception du projet en termes de Riddim? Toi, tu es concepteur de Riddim, on le sait, mais est-ce qu'il a eu son mot à dire sur le choix ou voir la conception d'un ou deux Riddim sur ce projet, ou c'est toi qui lui as présenté le package et il a eu juste à poser ses lyrics?
En fait, on a écouté des Riddim ensemble. Je lui ai envoyé des Riddim. Et il a choisi aussi, il est allé justement sur le site, je crois que c'était comme ça qu'on a fait, et j'ai beaucoup de Riddim, donc il en a choisi certains, il a dit ouais celui-là, il a choisi lui-même les Riddim en fait, qui l'intéressait quoi en fait. Je crois que je lui en ai proposé quelques-uns où je lui ai dit tiens celui-là ça serait bien que tu poses dessus. Voilà, il y en a un ou deux qu'on a modifié, non il y en a un qu'on a modifié, il y a un featuring avec Pipoti et Tiwani. Et là, le Riddim, on l'a un peu modifié par rapport à l'original. Mais sinon, non, lui, il a choisi des Riddim, moi j'en ai proposé et ça s'est fait simplement, quoi.
Alors, question pour Bobby, qu'est-ce qui l'a attiré musicalement chez toi?
It's all vibes and feeling. I think you explained already how we linked up through Gary Dredd. So Gary's a really good friend of mine, and he was telling me about you and about your rhythms. And then when I voiced it, it's funny, I originally thought that you were from Florida because there's an article, someone who's called Article Sound in Florida, so I was confusing the two. And then Gary was like, no man, he's from France. I'm like, what? No, I love France. I have a history with France. You know, when I was in high school, I learned French, and that's how I can speak just a little bit, un petit peu. And I really love French culture and French music, and I've been to France a few times, so it was kind of cool. Like, oh, I'm gonna link up with Asha D because he makes great rhythms, but he's also from France, and you know that's kind of interesting to me. You know. And so also just your beats are great, you know, I was drawn to the music, so it was easy to write songs to, you know. And like I said, I'm active. I like to create relationships with a lot of people and try to do as much music as possible. So yeah, I was drawn to Asha D on multiple levels.
Babylon, stay far from me.
Comment il perçoit la France, la vibe reggae française, et est-ce qu'il était déjà venu? Donc on va terminer simplement sur cette dernière parenthèse. Est-il déjà venu en France, et si c'est pas le cas, compte-t-il venir un jour en France?
I have been to France. Quand j'avais 17?
17.
When I was 17? 17. Quand j'avais 17, j'étais à Nantes.
Ok.
à Nantes, au lycée, pour 2 mois.
D'accord.
And then that was a long time ago. You know, I haven't spoke French for a really long time, so it's cool practice to think about this. And the Spanish that I learned, you know, the French was here, the Spanish went in and pushed the French out. So it's I really, really want to come back to France and to perform and to see the culture and the people. And for me, France holds a special spot in my heart. You know, I haven't been for 15 years, but I hope to go soon.
Sure, it will be a great pleasure for you.
Yeah, I think it's, you know, in the right time.
And the right place.
Yeah.
Comment The Right Place.
The Right Place.
Le projet 6 titres. Quel est par rapport à l'écriture du projet, parce que là on a parlé beaucoup de musique, projet du Riddim, écriture musicale, etc. Mais lui, au niveau du texte, justement, quel est le message qu'il a voulu faire passer au travers de ces 6 titres?
I don't think the message is changing too much from my overall message. This EP is called The Right Place. It's named after a song, the title track, which is really it's a simple tune. It's a ganja tune. It doesn't have a whole lot of like depth, you know. But there are songs on the project that are you know, deeper love songs. There are songs on the project that are more like we would say more revolutionary, you know, talking about equal rights and justice. There are songs on the project that are talking about police discrimination. So it's a really wide variety of topics, and I think that's actually really probably a good representation of me, because when you listen to Bobby Hustle, you don't just get a ganja tune, you don't just get love songs, you don't just get reality songs, you don't just get a party song, you get all of those together, because that's who I am. I'm not just one type of person. I have multiple layers and multiple personalities, really. I mean, just in terms of things that I like, you know, I'm when I was young, really, really drawn to revolutionary roots reggae music. And then as I got older, I started to broaden my horizons and enjoy different types of music. So I think the music I create is a reflection of that I like a lot of different kinds of vibes, you know. But it's a reggae project, for sure.
Yeah.
100% a reggae project. But in terms of the content and the topic matter, what I'm speaking about in the lyrics, it's different. I wouldn't say it's one. I wouldn't say it's got one direction. I think the thing that makes it a unified project is that it's all produced by Asha, you know, and it's all written by me. So it's got our flavor is all over it.
Bobby Hustle alongside Skilly and Jack.
Yo, Skilly, what you say?
Some of them work 9 to 5, we work 9 to 8.
Yeah, we work 9 to 8.
And do whatever it takes. I'm look and tell them, say, Bobby,
Yes, brother, what's good?
hustle for them.
Alright then.
On va parler de ses influences un petit peu. Qu'est-ce qui l'ont amené au reggae et même voir les autres influences, parce qu'il faut l'avouer, moi je connais très peu le personnage, mais j'imagine qu'il n'est pas que spécialisé dans le reggae music. Il doit avoir certainement des influences multiples.
You know, I'm from Seattle originally, which is the land of Nirvana and Pearl Jam and Jimi Hendrix. Mm-hmm. So when I was really young, like and my mom listened to all different types of music. She wasn't a music woman, you know, music wasn't like the most important thing to her, but she did have music in the house. And a lot of times it was anything from the Beatles to opera to Motown to classic Irish music. Like, she was into some very different things, you know? And on the radio, of course, we had hip hop and we had rock and stuff like that. Reggae music for me was something I discovered. It wasn't something that was around me naturally when I was really young. But as I got older, and the more and more friends I made in the reggae community, the more Caribbean people I met, the more people I met that had been to Jamaica, the more culture I was exposed to. So like I said in the beginning, it was really, you know, rock and hip hop and just the music that was around me. But then when I was like 12 or 13, I really discovered reggae. And for about 10 to 12 years, I had, you know, blinders, we call them. I had blinders on. It was just reggae all day. That's all I thought about. That's all I was into. And then probably in my mid-20s, I started to branch out and really appreciate all types of music again. Personally, I think I can find something cool and interesting and redeeming and valuable in every type of music.
True.
Really, so I take influence from everything, I think, by accident.
Il peut nous dire un mot justement sur les combinaisons sur ce EP, notamment Tiwoni et les autres dont tu viens de citer le nom.
Yeah, sure. So the featurings on the EP, they all are friends of mine. Skillinja, who you mentioned, des États-Unis, he is, in my opinion, the best lyricist in American reggae. Like his ideas for lyrics are I just love him. I really love his work. So, and he had me feature on one of his songs last year. So it's cool. We're good friends. Even though we don't live near each other in the country, we're pretty far apart. But when I see him, it's all love, and I respect him as an artist. Now, Tiwoni is someone that I met originally through Cali P. I met Cali P in Jamaica in 2015, and then through Cali P I met Tiwoni online. But then also, it's funny because Cali P and Tiwoni went and visited randomly a friend of mine in Northern California who's in the reggae and ganja community, and she knows people, and somehow she knows Tiwoni and Cali P. So it was funny. She called me one day and she said, "Hey, guess who I'm sitting here with?" And I said, "I can't guess. Tell me." And she just put Tiwoni's face. I said, "What?" So we have connections on a few different levels, and I just reached out to him because I was working with Asha, and it makes sense with France, and so I wanted to get a French-speaking artist, and Tiwoni was perfect. It made sense. And then Pipo T is an artist from Spain who I met in Costa Rica. Now, we didn't talk about this at all, but maybe Asha will fill you in. But for 2 years, I spent fighting drug trafficking charges in Costa Rica for a crime that I had nothing to do with. I was there on tour to play reggae music and to promote my music. And I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Not the right place. I was at the wrong place. Basically, the long story short is that I spent 2 years in the country, not in jail, but I was stuck in Costa Rica. I had to give them my passport, my phone, and my wallet. And then I had to wait for the trial. We finally had the trial, and I was found not guilty. But in the meantime, I was able to make connections and meet with all these Costa Rican artists and musicians and create music while I was there. And one person that I met was Pipo T. He was in Costa Rica doing some music as well, and we became friends. And so when it came time for the song "No Justice, No Peace," my concept was to include Spanish, French, and English on one song about equal rights and justice. And so I thought, I'm going to call Pipo T and see if he'll do it.
No justice, no peace. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, yeah. It's gonna be a problem. It's Bobby Hustle alongside Asha, Tiwoni and Pipo T. We're reaching out to the whole community worldwide. One love and unity.
Est-ce qu'il a d'autres featuring en vue? Il y a des gens qui l'intéressent pour faire des participations, des collaborations?
What I'm realizing is that's really, it's not even about featurings. We're calling them combinations now, because it's all about cross promotion. It's like fans of mine will now become fans of Tiwoni, and fans of Tiwoni will become fans of mine. So I want to do that with all the artists that I respect. There are so many songs, I think, to come with combinations. You could ask me anybody, and I would probably say, yeah, I want to do a track with them.
Eh ben, écoute, on va lui proposer de nous donner quelques links éventuellement si on veut avoir plus d'informations sur son univers musical, les réseaux sociaux, etc.
I'm on Instagram, Bobby Hustle Official. B-O-B-B
Y.
Y. Asha, U-S-T-L-A-O-F-S-E-C-E-I-L. Official. Yeah, Bobby Hustle Official. That's Instagram, Facebook, SoundCloud, on Spotify, Bobby Hustle, and Apple Music, Bobby Hustle, Deezer, Bobby Hustle. Wherever you go to Google, Bobby Hustle, I'm there. Find me.
Il est partout.
Il est partout.
En gros, hein. Un dernier mot pour les Français qui seraient amenés à le découvrir, là, s'il avait un petit quelque chose à leur dire.
Je voudrais dire merci beaucoup à tout le monde. Big up Asha D, big up General, the whole team. Merci beaucoup.
Donc on le rappelle, le projet s'appelle The Right Place, projet 6 titres, Bobby Hustle and Asha D en combinaison, les deux, un sur l'écran, l'autre ici en direct et en vivant. On vous conseille de vous mettre vite sur le contenu du projet. Bobby, un grand merci. Thank you.
Yeah, grand merci. Big up.
Yes, I.
Yes, I.
Yes.